殺す。おじけづくか。
Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Gammo here and welcome back to Warhammer 40k Battlefleet Gothic Armada. So, I think it was yesterday I got a message from one of my viewers, probably one of my subscribers, and he asks me for doing a tactical guide for Battlefleet Gothic Armada, and I thought, yeah, why not? I can try to do one. But then I progressed a little bit through the game and I had to realize that the further you go, then not more complicated the game becomes, but it becomes more advanced, to a point where I would say that some ships deserve even their own guide. So that means if I would like to do a guide here and now, this would take far too long. So, also my user, and his name is so complicated that I don't even try to pronounce it in the right way. I call him Jackson. Jackson has not much time at the moment because he's very busy to play and can't play the game at the moment. So he asked me for advices, a small tactical guide. I will try to do that in about 10 to 15 minutes so that it don't get too long. So, yeah, he asked me for some advices, just a small basic, I would say basic tactical guide so that you can start to play and enjoy the game. So, by knowing that, we're going to take a look. Basically, all you know, or all you need to know to have a go in that game, you will already find on that side. As you already see here, at the moment we have only available as factions the Imperial Navy and Chaos. Later on, because at the moment we are still in beta, we will see the Orcs, Eldar, Space Marine, probably maybe sooner or later, Tyranids, I don't know, Dark Eldar, Tau, maybe, Necrons, and so on and so on and so on. But we're not we are not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about, as I say, a baseline beginner novice guide in tactic, how you will succeed. And to start and succeed in this game, you basically need only these informations you'll see here. And here you already can see the pros and cons, or the pluses and minuses for the factions. So when you choose the Imperial Navy, for an example, you get as advanced or upper hand compared to other races, you get as plus, you get the powerful Nova cannon. Seems to be so that this is just limited just for the Imperial Navy at the moment. I don't know, maybe there are ships which have access to it on Chaos side. I just don't know, so don't take it as set in stone what I say here. So you get access to the powerful Nova cannon, and yes, that thing is really powerful. Then you get a strong pro armor. Then as a plus you get many ships can use torpedoes. And as disadvantages, we could say you get not very effective at long range and slow ships. When we take now a look on the Chaos faction, you'll see here long as advantage, long range ships. So yeah, they are effective at long range. So this is the advantage they have, where we have that more or less as a disadvantage because our ships are not very effective at long range. Then they get fast ships. As you'll see here, we have slow ships. So you already get a taste of how they maybe work. Yeah, I mean, I'm not so much into the whole spaceship fluff and lore of 40k, but I always had like the idea that they are more or less equal to each other, but they are not. And I think this is absolutely okay. yeah, there is a asymmetric balance, as you'll see here, because we already discovered we are not very good when we take the Imperial Navy. We're not very effective at long range, and our ships are also slow, where the Chaos is effective at long range and has also fast ships. And not only that, they also get many launch bays, because yeah, you can use like bomber squadron to attack opponent ships, and they can even attack on long range, I think. I'm not sure because I haven't played them, so I don't know what is the max range they can use these launch bays and the bomber squadrons to attack you. But on the other side, as disadvantages, they have low damage with macro cannons. This doesn't mean that the macro cannons of the Imperial Navy do high damage, but higher compared to Chaos macro cannons. Also, they don't have many ships that can use torpedoes, where we have many ships that can use torpedoes, and they have no heavy armor. And also on that point, I'm not sure that every class on the Chaos side, that every ship that it is available to them has only like weak armor or light armor. I can't tell you that. I haven't played them, so we're only taking what's on that side available as information. But already on that, these informations here should give you enough information to make the conclusion how to play the faction. So, for an example, should you choose to play Chaos, then you should try to stay out of close combat. You should use your advantage of long-range ships, or being more effective on long-range engagements, also having faster ships, and also having many launch bays. Yeah, so you should, and don't forget, you have no heavy armor, so you should try to stay out of close combat, or you should stay in the favor of your ships, which means long-range engagement. This means that when you play Imperial Navy, you should try to get as close and as fast as possible to your opponent, so that he cannot use his advantages, so that you can use your advantages, because you have better armor, you have a better macro cannons, and yeah, so that you can use that advantage in the battle in your favor. But now we need to talk a slightly more in-depth look, because you will discover that through progressing through the game, the characteristic of your ships may change to a way where, let's say, you start with a brawler. Yeah, you take a ship class that is very, very good at close range engagements, can take a ton of damage, and is a very, very good brawler. So yeah, this ship will always be good, or we could say maybe even very good, at close range engagements, where you really can just brawl, where you have to take a ton of damage and you will do a ton of damage. But through progressing, through leveling, getting upgrades, skills, favors, and crews, by improving all of these stats, or all these available points, the characteristic of your ship may change. And what that means, I'm going to show you here, because this is, as you'll see here, this is the highest level skill, or we could say this is the best ship available to me. And yeah, let's take a short look. So we are in the stat point. Let's take a look on these macro cannon batteries, or whatever. So, number of attacks, 1, damage. These are the characteristics or details that you need to know. They are very important. So, macro cannon batteries. Number of attacks, 1. Damage, 18. Rate of fire, 12. Range, and these are, I don't know, these maybe are 9,000 meters or 9 kilometers or 9,000 kilometers, I don't know. The range is set here as units, or called units. I don't know how much one unit is, excuse me about that. So, range is 9,000, and when you start to play, you will discover there is like shortest range, which is 3,000 units, Then like medium range, that is 6,000 units. Then long range, 9,000 units, and extreme range, which is 12,000 units. So as you'll see here, my macro cannon battery has a range of 9,000 units. Critical chance is 7,875. I don't know how high that is or how much critical chance that is. It's a number. Angle of fire is 90 degrees broadside. But on the other side, you also have the same amount of macro batteries, and also it fires to the side. Yeah, it's buckboard or board. I don't know. It's in English it's broadside, and I don't know the English term for it. But it's to the right and to the left side. Yeah, keep it simple. So yeah, you need to know that they're firing to the side, and then you also have like plasma macro batteries on that ship, and you'll see here number of attacks 1, damage 12, rate of fire 12, range 15,000 units, so not bad at all. Critical chance 5.25, angle of fire 90 degrees broadside. And when you take a look on upgrades, you'll see here, for example, turbo weaponry. Yeah, the range of all macro cannons on the ship are increased by 3,000 units. So that means that normally my macro batteries would only have a range of 6,000 units. So you'll see here, just through one upgrade, I've upgraded every macro cannon on that ship by 3,000 units, and this is what I mean. This is something that you need to know, because you can change the characteristic of a ship. So when you have a ship class that it is a very, very good close range engagement brawler, because it can take a ton of damage and is very effective at close range, but very ineffective at long range because it's slow and is sluggish and has no really effective weapon range. Yeah, through upgrades and through skills and favors and crew, you can and you will change the characteristic of your ship. A close range brawler will probably never be a very good long engagement fighter. Yeah, it probably will never be a very fast ship, very maneuverable, or have very good long range engagements. But you can, like, let's say, you can improve it so that it will never be the best ship for long range engagements, but you can make it to a medium range engagement ship, and still it will be a very, very good brawler. But it's here and now, it depends on what do you want to have. Yeah, you need to experience, you need to get a little bit routine in the game and to expire, like, what is it that you really want. And I'm trying to give you these in that little baseline guide so that you will have an easy go in the game. So yeah, through upgrades you can change the characteristic, as I say, and you'll see here you also can pick upgrades through to improve your mobility. You can pick upgrades which will increase the effectiveness of your shields, or improvements which will, as you'll see here, improve your how is it called, detection range. You can choose improvements which will improve the hull, like will give you more hull points, increase the armor, or just as I did, improve your weaponry. Then you have skills. These are active skills that you can use, and also here you'll see you can improve your defense, improve your damage, improve your control, support, recon, maneuver. Then you have favors, and they are very interesting but also very expensive, because also you'll see here it costs 400, and yeah, 400. But it's interesting to see what you get for all that, because take a look on that. For an example, would I choose the Inquisition as a favor? I would get the Emperor's Tarot, which would give me the designation and enemy ship signal is identified. Not bad. Or I would get both favors at once, as far as I know, or bonuses. Every crew member gets 1 free crew point. Not bad. For example, when I would pick the Astratus, I would get Terminator Lightning Strike. So normally you teleport some troops, some standard troops, to your opponent's ship when you have destroyed his shields. You just teleport them over and they do damage or fancy things. Naturally, when you teleport some Terminators over, they do more fancy stuff to him than just regular troops. And the second thing I would get would be Space Marines. The ship is granted +10 to its troops value. The Space Marine gives you 1 additional assault action to boarding. Yeah, not bad. And then you have the crew. And here, the description already tells you what it does when you pump some points into it, like Commissar, Navigator, Tech Priest. Tech Priest is really nice, especially for the Imperial Navy, because you're brawling and sooner or later you have to do some repair. And with the emergency repairs, when you skill the Tech Priest, you improve the repair by point. As you'll see, I have pumped 1 point into, so it's slightly better, but I also pumped like 3 additional points into Master Gunnery, and this improves the critical chance of lance and macro cannons per level. So it should improve that by 75%, something like that. But then ratings and servitors, and it's like I say, it is important that you know what kind of ship you have chosen, and that you know what you want to do with that ship. And as I told you, or as I showed you, it also is important to get to know what are already the pros and cons of the faction you have chosen, because basically the Imperial Navy is more effective at close range, we could say, and their ships compared to the Chaos ships are more resilient. On the other hand, we are not so advanced at long range or longer range engagements, and we are also slower. So that means we should try, whenever we engage Chaos, we should try to get as soon as possible into close range and to stay exactly there and just beat the shit out of them, because we are more effective at close range. We have better armor, we have better macro cannons, and our ships are more resilient, pack a better punch on close range. So try to get as soon as possible into close range and to stay and to keep your opponent exactly there. On the opponent side, when you play as Chaos, you should try to use your speed and your long range to get your opponent down, stay out of close combat. So simple it is. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I hope that was helpful for maybe 1 or 2 of you. If you have some tips or want to enlighten me about something, feel free to do so by using Facebook, or just simply, as you always do, YouTube. So thank you for your attention. Until next time, and we probably will see us later during my 2 days live stream of Battlefleet Gothic Armada. So thank you for watching. Until later, here's Super Gambo.
殺す。おじけづくか。